What's up, everyone? This is another vlog from Tony&Aung. I need to start calling these type of videos story time. Today here in Pattaya, it's an overcast. It's been a little cloudy. It rained late last night, man. I mean, it poured. It must have started raining last night about 2 o'clock in the morning, and it lasted for maybe like I said about an hour and a half, 2 hours, you know, where it poured down. You know, me and my wife, we always stay up late watching movies on Netflix or something like that, binge watching something. But anyway, I wanted to talk about don't wait on anybody. If you want to travel out of the country, if you want to travel anywhere, you know, and, you know, don't wait on nobody. You know, because when the very first time I traveled out of the country was when I was in the Marine Corps, and it was a whole battalion of us, and we I forgot what they call it. It was a 6-month rotation, and we was stationed in Okinawa, Japan, Camp Swab, and that was my first time going out of the country. And I had the opportunity while I was stationed in Japan for that 6 months to be able to take a 10-day trip to the Philippines. But even when I went there with another Marine, so I never really traveled out of the country by myself until years later. And even at that time, when I traveled out of the country by myself, when I went to Brazil, my plan wasn't to go to Brazil with anybody. It was before that I was planning on going somewhere else, but it wasn't out of the country, and I was planning on going with someone. But I had changed that plan, and I went to Rio de Janeiro by myself. And it turned out to be the best trip of my life. But then after that, you know, I wanted one of my friends to experience what I experienced. So I came back with a bunch of pictures, you know, of all these women and women that I was with, and I was showing guys, man, y'all need to go. I already planned my trip to go back. I said, man, come on, y'all got to go with me. Everybody told me, oh yeah, man. Yeah, I'm gonna go, man. How much do the trip cost? How much is the airfare? How much do you think I should bring to spend? How much is it, you know, to stay in the hotel or an apartment or whatever? You know, they was asking me all these questions, and I was answering them, telling them what they need, what I took, you know, and everybody that I talked to seemed fired up to go. So I planned my trip, and one of my boys was going to go with me, and he wound up backing out of it. And I went anyway. So my point is, if you're planning a trip and you're planning it with somebody, which is good, it's good to, you know, to have someone to travel out of the country with, you know, that you're cool with, you know what I mean, and it makes your trip, you know, a lot better, you know, when you have someone to talk to and experience things with. But my thing is, a lot of times those people, a lot of people don't show up when it's time to go. You know, when it's time to go, they back out, either because something came up because they couldn't go, or you know, they just backed out. And now you upset, oh man, you know, I planned this trip with my friend, now he's not going, you know, man, I might as well wait until he can go so we can go together. But don't do that. When you planning your trips, you know, unless you got somebody reliable that's going with you, that you're planning your trip with, don't worry about whether they go or not. Go by yourself, because if you wait on somebody, you will never get to go where you want to go. You know what I mean? If I had to wait for somebody to go with me on my next trip, on my second trip to Brazil when I went, I wouldn't have went. You know, go by yourself. And I noticed that when you travel by yourself to other countries, other places, man, it makes you fearless, man. It makes you step outside yourself, to do things that you wouldn't normally do, to get over that fear of going to a new place, a new country, checking out new cultures, and seeing different things, man. That cliche about it's a small world, that's bullcrap. That's for people who don't travel, who don't go nowhere. It's a big world out here, with a lot of different cultures and a lot of different people, man, and you'll learn so much. Your mind seems to expand, and you become, like I said, you become fearless, Even when you travel to a country, travel into the province, get out of the tourist areas and get into the country. That's when you get to really see how a country is, and that's what I do, man. Man, when it comes to traveling, I'm fearless, man. When I went to Brazil the first time, I went by myself. When I came here the first time, I came by myself. And the key to a good trip is just good planning, doing your research, making sure you have enough money to enjoy yourself, and then just go for it, man. Regardless if a person is going with you or not, just go for it, man. Don't wait on anybody to go anywhere, because I'm telling you, you won't get there, and you'll be disappointed. Unless it's somebody that's reliable, make that trip, go ahead and enjoy. I had to let that motorcycle pass. Enjoy yourself, man. But like I said, traveling by yourself makes you fearless, man. It makes you meet and greet people that you wouldn't normally do, man. Like I said, it makes you step outside yourself, man. Step outside that box that's we sometimes keep ourselves in. The fear of the unknown, the fear of doing something alone, man. All of that crap gets wiped away when you start traveling by yourself. But like I said, it's great to travel with someone, but don't wait on nobody. Don't wait on nobody. The key to a good trip is good planning. So that's what you do. You make your plan, you make sure you have the money, for what you need to go, and then just go for it, man. Just throw caution to the wind, man, and go for it, man. And that's what I did. And man, it's just a great feeling, man. People be asking, damn, you went out of the country by yourself, you wasn't scared, you wasn't this, you wasn't that. And then people got misconceptions about certain places. Ain't it dangerous here? Ain't it dangerous there? When I was going to Brazil, ain't it a lot of transvestites there, man? It's a lot of AIDS there and all of this old shit. Man, just as much AIDS in America as it is in any other country in the world. You know what I'm saying? And that's why they make condoms. If that's what you're doing, you're traveling out of the country to be a whoremonger, then, take your condoms. But my first trip, that's what I was, to Brazil, that's what I was doing. But when I came here, as you get older, as I got older, things change, So, like I said, a lot of people got misconceptions about wherever you go. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, it's based on stuff that they heard. It's not stuff that they know. So I don't base anybody's opinion on any place that I travel to. You know what I mean? Just go, experience it for yourself, and then that way when you come home and people say this and say that, you can correct them and let them know what the real deal is. So that's my whole thing. And another thing I forgot to say is when I moved here, or when you move out of the country, or you're traveling out of the country, it's good to invest in MagicJack. That MagicJack is great, because if you got internet where you stand up, you can plug it in to the internet and to your wall, and you can be able to call home anywhere anywhere in the world, you know what I mean, not that country, but you'll be able to call home anywhere in the world that you travel to, and it won't be an overseas call or a long distance call. You can have your own area code number, you know what I mean, and people think when you call them and you're out of the country, they think you in Philadelphia or wherever you at, because when I make calls, and I'm in Brazil, they think I'm in Philadelphia because it's a 215 area code. So that's good to have whenever you travel, and you can also plug it into your laptop. It's called the MagicJack. I think for a year, for 1 year, it costs about $50 or $60 for one year. You know, they do have other packages, but for 1 year, I think it's about $50 or $60. And MagicJack is a great thing for you to have, you know, in case you need to call home or make calls to check on this, check on that, and you don't have to be charged long distance, you know, on your phone. So that's a great hookup to have. It's MagicJack. You know what I mean? I got turned on to that when I first moved to Brazil. You know, and that was, you know, and this was before Line, which they have here, and WhatsApp. You know, this was before then, and I have all of that now, but MagicJack is, you know, the best one for me. You know, because you can't call government agencies using WhatsApp. You know what I mean? Sometimes you're going to need to make calls that only MagicJack can help you do. You know what I mean? If I needed to call my bank or something to put a stop on something while I'm overseas or something like that, or I need to let my, you know, I go to use the ATM while I'm overseas and my bank don't know that I'm overseas, they think that I'm back in the States. That's why, that's another thing. You got to notify your bank when you're traveling out of the country and you're going to be using the ATM and your card to purchase stuff out of the country. It's good to notify your bank to let them know. That way they won't put a stop on it, because they'll see a transaction, you know, from another country, and they'll put a stop on it. And then you go to an ATM and you're wondering why you can't get no money out, and you'd be like, well, what the hell is going on? You know, so it's good to notify your bank when you're leaving out of the country and that you're going to be using your card out of the country. Let them know when you go and when you're coming back. So that's a good thing. That's another tip for you to do. But MagicJack is a great device to have when you're traveling. Let me show y'all this. Okay, this is the MagicJack device right here. This is it right here. This right here gets plugged in. This right here gets plugged in, goes in here, and it gets plugged in to the back of your internet modem right here. You know, and then you get this right here that you plug into the wall socket, and then plug this into there, and you're good to go. I brought my phone from America, or you can buy your own phone, a little portable phone to carry with you also. But you can also just plug this in to the side of your laptop, and you can still make calls that way. You can either talk through the speaker of your laptop, or, you know, have your phone hooked up. So this is a good device to have when you're traveling. Yeah, so that's what you need to have. You need to have that MagicJack when you travel, and not just when you need to make an emergency phone call or anything like that. But if your family at home need to get in touch with you, they'll be able to get in touch with you anywhere you go. You know, they'll be able to call you without the fear of them thinking that it's a long distance call. You know what I mean? You don't want to find out that something happened at home while you're traveling when you get back home. You know what I'm saying? Something happens, you know, you want to know right away. So, like I said, that's a good device to have when you're traveling, you know, in any other city in America or out of the country. It's good to have, long as where you're staying at has internet. So that's why I say, internet is so important to me. That's why I have 2 internet services here in my apartment. So when one go out, I got a backup. So I hope this helps you in any way, with some good tips and things that you need to have when you travel, and not having to also wait on anybody to travel with you. Just go by yourself, man. Plan your trip, you go by yourself. Don't worry about what somebody else is doing, or if they can't make it or they drop out all of a sudden. Just go. Enjoy yourself, man. Enjoy your life, man, because I'm telling you, it's really a blessing for me to be where I'm at, and what I'm doing, anybody can do. It's nothing special. Anybody can do what I do, and I love sharing the things that I do and the things that you can do when you travel out of the country and you're living out of the country, man. I love sharing that with people, man, and it makes me feel good. I love the feedback that I get in the comment section. I love it. So, man, just live life to the fullest, man. At my age, man, coming where I came from and being where I'm at today, man, it's just truly a blessing, man. And I don't rub what I do or how I live in anybody's faces. I just want to share my joy and the things that I do, in my life with my family and friends. So I want y'all to, to really understand that, life is, just a lot of stuff going on, man. You just don't want to live life. You want to, you want to be living life, So that's the point I want to get across. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up. And hit the post notification bell for more videos, more uploads. As I put them up, you'll get them. You'll get that notification. And I hope everybody is having a beautiful day. And peace.